Oh, look, I'm live. Isn't that fantastic? So the power of the internet going live. Isn't that brilliant? Anyway, I actually wasn't going to do anything tonight. Might see if anyone comes in here and joins in on the festivities. See how we. Had a few people contact me lately, which is kind of cool. Uh, let's see, just some typical YouTuber stuff. Moving around the screen. Scratch massage. Have a look. What's going on down here? Oh, that's a bit weird. Let's have a look. Have a look. All right. Okay. So I was sitting on the couch tonight, not too sure what to do because we got hit with a rather big curveball last week, as you can tell by my hair. Still can't get a haircut, not till the 26th, which kind of sucks. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see if anyone joins in. If not, I'll just be talking to myself. But if you are here, please say hello. So I'm not talking to myself. And a bit of a nodule, no friends at the moment. Um, yeah. So anyway, had a bit of a problem, like a real big problem. I think last. Oh, geez, when was it? Was it Friday? So Friday was my day off school. Yeah, so I study online because I can't go to class, which it sucks. Um, Sadly, we have been exposed. Well, I wouldn't say directly exposed, kind of in a roundabout way, to good old COVID. The problem is that we are already in lockdown. Now it just means that we can't leave the house at all to do anything for the next 14 days. And it sucks. And I'm really over it. So, anyway, what happened was I went to Boston School, picked him up, and we are now officially exposed to good old COVID-19, and we can't leave. We are all negative. Well, we're still waiting on my wife's test, but yeah, we are at the moment waiting for her test to come back. I'm negative. Boston's negative. Um, it just means everything is so much more delayed now. So we can't leave the house. Everything has to be either brought to us or delivered and left on the front doorstep, which is um, hugely frustrating, and I'm very, very much over it now. Um, Sadly, the other bad thing is that all of my stock that I have coming for the drum store is stuck in America. And the reason why it's stuck in America, well, it is stuck. Most senders over there send by USPS, and they're not sending anything to Australia unless it's international priority, and the price just goes through the roof. So basically, any profit margin that is um, kind of is acceptable is completely wiped out. So basically, all the products that would come in, I'd sell them and make nothing. Actually, it ended up costing me money by the time I paid taxes and things like that, which also makes things a little bit harder. So instead of sitting on the couch tonight and wondering what to do and practice, I have a bit of a cough. So just sorry about that. Sitting on the couch and maybe going through some Gutterment stuff or some rudiments. And I thought, might jump online and play some GTA 5, maybe. I don't know. And then I just thought, I'll come on here and live stream and see if anyone's around, anyone's up for a chat. Seeing if anyone is doing anything interesting at the moment. I'm boring as batshit. I'm not doing anything. After Friday getting tested and then basically staying home all weekend. Was it Friday? No, Thursday. It was Thursday I got tested. We can't officially leave the house until the 21st of October to get our next, what they call the 13-day test. And then we can, once everything comes back negative and everything looks fine, we can then essentially go back to being COVID normal, I guess you could say. It just sucks. Putting such a huge strain on the postal service as well. Like, I've got parcels sitting in all parts of the country. So Tara, I got stuff in America. I can get things sent from Canada, not a problem. But once it hits Australia, it's cactus. Everything is cactus at the moment. So um, no one's here, which kind of sucks, which is annoying. Not really annoying. It's okay. But I thought I'd just come on quickly and see who's awake and see who's doing what. See how we're all doing. I don't know about you, but America's still doing really, really bad. Hundreds of thousands of cases, which is crazy. But Australia now is, especially Victoria, is really bad. We're at like, I think we peaked at another 1,900 or 2,000 cases today, and just in my area alone, there's like 500 active cases. So being stuck in lockdown again isn't so bad, but it's just annoying. And I've been watching a lot of YouTube clips and watching drummers, play, which is cool. But again, frustrating because I can't do that. And I haven't been able to do it for a while, but now it's really bad. So all I am doing right now is studying, seeing how things are going. But I guess one thing I was going to touch base on, especially in this video, is that I have been getting a lot of copyright strikes, and we're not talking just warnings. I've actually received a couple of strikes, and I'm in the middle of disputing them at the moment. And it's not for reasons that you would think, like, oh, I've been playing doing drum covers. I don't do drum covers. Playing the drum covers or using other people's music. You'd think I would be getting copyright for that, but no, all of my own material. Excuse me. And no, I don't. I don't have. I'm not COVID positive. I get this cough every year. So I got a couple of copyright strikes. I'm only allowed 3, and it's for all original material, 100%, all my own, just playing grooves or whatnot. And they always come through at like 3 in the morning. The thing is, if you don't jump on them straight away, it delays the process of trying to dispute them. So at the moment, I have 2 with BMG, which, they're pretty big. Don't want to mess with them too much. And I just got resolved 2 with Sony. They're never it doesn't matter if they're the big guys or the small guys. They're just annoying things to deal with. I could understand if I was doing it with if I was doing playing other people's music, absolutely. But these are all completely improvised drum parts with no music, no melody, no harmony, nothing like that. And they're not. And it's all classed as original material and original composition. I own the rights to it. It's all improvisation. It's just drum beats and grooves, and it's nothing. It is nothing bad. You'd think it'd be like playing Michael Jackson's Thriller and getting hauled, over the coals with it. But nope, just original stuff. And it's going back to like this. The last one was like 3 years ago. I just got, which is nuts. And the music I was copyrighted against was produced 7 years ago. I'm like, okay, cool, that's great, it's fine. I get it. It sounds nowhere near what there's no similarities to it. It's so different. But one of the BMG ones was from like 12 months ago, and they've copyright struck excuse me, against a video I did 2.5 years ago. So I got hit up pretty hard with that one. And I'm fighting that one. But it's just annoying. I think I've had a copyright, either a claim or a strike on almost every video, and not for reasons that you'd think, which sucks. It just takes up time. The channel isn't monetized anyway, so I don't have 4,000 hours. I can't produce any content, which is frustrating to say the least. Like, I'd love to have a room dedicated. I think I actually have found one, but I can't go see it. It sucks. And I don't want to sign a lease of a room I can't see in person, but now I can't even leave the house at all. I mean, I can go to the letterbox. That's about it. So yeah, good times. I am cleaning out stuff. I have drum beaters coming from Minnesota, Minneapolis, one of the mins. hopefully I can get it here and get it released anyway without costing too much in the next week or two to go up on the drum store. But right now, for me, a priority is not just studying, but also trying to find a lockout room. We don't have lockout rooms in Australia; they just don't exist. So, um, I've been to California, I've been to LA a few times, and visited some studios there which friends own. And I've walked in. They're not big; they're probably about the size of the room I'm in now, but it's 24/7 access. Very strict rules in place. Can't live there, can't have a couch, can't have a heater, no eating, no drinking, and all that usual stuff. But it is your space 24/7. And I talked to the owner of one of them, and I asked him how long, like, how can I get one of these rooms? Just curious. He said, well, there's a 12-month waiting list. And he told me the price. I think about $100 a week. Such high demand, and everybody's got them. So I also visited the one I think where David Kohler and Steve Holmes ones were. I think that was the same one. But we don't have the dense population here to kind of have the demand for a studio lockout. But I could tell you now, if the opportunity was to grab one, I'd have one. Simply because I have, well, I've got content. I've got a list. I've got a whiteboard, for Christ's sake, of stuff I need to do. That will be coming in handy. I will be doing a video on, do you need expensive drums? And it actually comes up in debate a lot with not just drummers but guitarists. Like, do you need to have a $5,000 guitar? Of course you do. Do you have to have it? No. Do you need it? Yeah, it depends. So a lot of my students and friends ask me, like, what's your go-to kit, and what do you think you should have an expensive kit? And I always ask them, I think you should have a high-quality kit, but you don't have to go and spend $25,000 or $35,000 on a kit that is going to, go to pubs and clubs and get beat up, because it's expensive to replace if anything goes wrong with it. Excuse me. So that topic has actually been coming up a lot in the last couple of months, which is interesting. Especially with one of my kind of students and friends who's been asking some really good questions about cheap gear and expensive gear and anything in the middle. I do have a kit coming, and when I say it's coming back. And this has been a real mission. We're actually stuck at the moment. Oh man, it sucks. I can't get anything. So I sold a part of a shell bank a couple of years ago, and I actually bought it back ages ago. Bought it back over a year ago, and I can't get it from Queensland. I can't get it back. Borders are closed. And we've got a holiday booked in Queensland on the 8th of November. That's not going to happen. So I've got that part of the shell bank of that kit sitting there. And then I thought I'd ship it back, just get it packed up in boxes and have it shipped back to Melbourne. And it's like maybe $220. It's not a huge amount, but then no one's covering insurance. So if anything happened to it, it's gone, or damaged, not covering it. And the thing is, though, with that kit, you can't really replace it because, well, I don't make them anymore. They haven't made them for since 2015, I think, or 2016, 2015. And if anything went missing, I'd be basically screwed. Our drummer has two kits: the recording kit and the gig kit. Yeah. No, and that's thing is that you want to have that recording kit. It's just set up all the time, if you can, and have it mic'd up, and it doesn't, nothing changes, so you can record, like, just hit record and ready to go with minimal changes. And my gigging kit, like, I've been saying this the last couple of months, it's in pieces at the moment. It's down here, bass drum, and the tom, I think, is snare drum. With my PDP kit, and it is a great kit. It has a DW logo head on it. That's a long story. And that's here. I mean, I'm not using it now, but I use that thing for weddings, pub gigs, studio gigs. If kids if I need like the bass drum, especially. Bass drums at 20 by 16. It sounds great. But yeah, I've always got, usually if I can have a permanent setup as a studio kit ready to go. And what bums me out is I've got some fantastic sponsors, like Audix and PreSonus for the recording stuff, and I've got all these mics, and I've got this great console sitting here, just literally collecting dust, and it really, really bums me out. And it's just annoying. But anyway, I was going to do a full demo on this kit in the new space, but the new space never turned out. And COVID now is, oh yeah, by the way, I'm on this desk, which has got a lovely wobble to it. And COVID's just basically ruined it for the time being. I'm hoping it's not a permanent thing. I kind of feel like it's going to be semi-permanent. I'm hoping it does change soon. But anyway, I know of some studio kits like I've gone into, and they've got like a Gretsch, 70s or 80s, like it's their house kit, and that's all they want you to play on because they know the kit, they know the sounds they can get out of it, the tones, and how it records and how they can record it. I think the last studio session I did was on a Gretsch Stop Sign, and it was 10 by 8, 12 by 8, 14 by 12 mounted, and 16 by 14 mounted with a 22 by 16. And, it sounded absolutely insane. I absolutely loved it. I couldn't get enough of it, and it worked in that room amazingly well. I did find a room last week, or a factory space, and it had 2 rooms in it which were soundproof. I'm like, ooh, this could be good. And had been vacant for vacant for ages. And I thought, I'll contact the landlord or the owners and whatever. So look, I don't need any of the factory space. I don't need this 400 square meter factory at all. I know someone who does. I just need these 2 rooms. That's all I need. And you'd think that price would come back and be fairly reasonable to some point. It's been vacant for 18 months. And thinking they'd say, even offer them, like, how would we do like a reduced rent for the first, 6 months, and then we up it by another certain percentage or whatever. I thought, yeah, we'll try and work something out. And they came back, and the figure was just like, I might also just hire the whole thing, but it was just, I think it came to about 30,000 a year plus GST, which is tax and outgoing. So outgoings is like water, electricity, other bits and pieces, fees, and insurance is then on top of that. So it just blows out. And as it's said in the last video, the house, we were just waiting on, trying to get somewhere with the house and see if we can maybe change something. But when we had the last meeting with I guess you said the lawyer or engineers, we just gotta wait. It sucks. So yeah, we haven't commenced anything. They just said, hold off, and we've been holding up for 3 years. So we don't know what we're going to do, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, what else have I been up to? Nothing really exciting, to be honest, apart from being extremely annoyed and frustrated with everything that's going on. I have stupidly tried to get an artist agreement with a company, and I can't. It's impossible. And I have to say that the main country where they're associated with has said nothing. But the guys in Australia have said that basically, unless I'm touring and playing in festivals, which no one is, there's nothing they can do. But then they just went and put other people on their rosters who are doing the exact same thing as I am. Nothing. So anyway, that sucks. It was a bit of an experiment to see how I'd go with it. Anyway, I'm actually quite enjoying not playing a specific brand of cymbals. I Like I've always stuck to the one brand. I've always played, you know, the one bag baby kind of symbols, and it's the brand. Excuse me, the brand I grew up with, which is Zildjian. I had a terrible beginner set of stage percussion, I think it was, and then I moved into Paiste brass tones cymbal line, and then I got my first Zildjian scimitar line, which was awesome. And then I just evolved into getting some A's and some A customs and some Orientals and some K's, and then just it blew out after that. I think that was right about the 92, 93 mark. And then about 2006, I think 2006, I signed over to Paiste, but the lines are like they couldn't get in stock and they didn't have any available. And then I ended up breaking some cymbals, which is I'm usually not like me, but and then nothing was in stock and I couldn't wait, so went back to my Zildjians, played those for many years, and then I was offered a Meinl deal, which very much a big Meinl closet fan, hugely a closet Meinl fan. And when I signed over to Dario, DW Promark and whatnot, they were doing Meinl, so I grabbed Meinl 2 and fell in love with them. And all was great. Meinl then, I think, basically Meinl moved over to another company in Sydney, and that same company got Zildjian, and then basically, as you know, Meinl, like any brand would go, it's either one or the other. And then my artist deal got moved to Sydney, but then when they transferred everything over to another company, my deal didn't go with them. So I thought, I'll try. I'll see how we go. I'm gonna make a few phone calls, a few emails, and see if I'm still a rostered artist. I wasn't. I had to reapply, and no one was interested, which is fine. So at the moment, I'm playing, like Zildjian, Sabian, and Meinl. Why not? It's I have to say it's a little refreshing. Some people have commented in some of the videos and some of the Instagram posts about, oh man, I thought you're a Meinl guy. I thought you're a Zildjian or a Sabian guy. And it's like, oh, I'm just kind of playing what I like at the moment. It's actually nice to go into a drum store and not just go to that one brand and go, this is what I'm sticking to today. But walking around and trying some Dream stuff and Meinl, Istanbul stuff is really cool. I have to say, really cool. Really like the Istanbul stuff. Sabian stuff as well, the HH line, and the AAX. I really like Artisans and Legacies. They're really cool stuff. But I said to them, I was off. They never got back to me. That's fine. Nothing I can do about it. Don't give up. Starting to happen now. Weird touring rules, but yeah, no, you're right. It is picking up. A friend of mine, Eric, in Florida, he's back to touring now. I did get offered a tour in America, and they said, I love you playing. Do you want to come across and do 3 months worth of touring? I'm like, that'd be great, but I can't get home. Like I'd be stuck there. I could get a flight to America next week, not a problem at all. But I'd be stuck there. I could not get back. Repatriation flights are very expensive and very few and far between, and athletes taking priority. So anyway, I said I'd love to take the tour, but I can't because I can't get home. And they said, we'll try and organize something for you. It's like, there's no way I can get home. I'd be stuck there. I'd have to pay, I think the cheapest return flight home I could find was about 18 grand. That's one way. So, $5 grand to get there and 18 grand to get back. It's just ludicrous. It would have been a great gig though. So I had to turn it down, which is annoying. So could have got a similar deal through that. But as I said, it's kind of refreshing not having to play the same brand, over and over again. I would love to join the Zildjian family. That's kind of been my bread and butter, my go-to kind of company for the last 30 years. Gosh, that old. But in the studio, I played Sabian, so it's no big deal. Speaking of news, I am hanging to see what happens next year with DW. I haven't seen any pictures, but I've heard the 50th anniversary kit is going to be amazing. And I'm really hoping, I'm hoping we get more than one in Australia. We'll probably get maybe about 20 of them, but who knows these days? Because speaking of rare drums, I don't know if any of you guys out there have seen the Lars Ulrich DW. DW, jeez, it is past 12 o'clock at night. The Tama 30th anniversary black album snare drum. I've been trying really hard to get one, if I can even obtain one. I did find one today, and the guy was actually selling it for a fairly reasonable price, and I was keen on it, but then I was just like, the shipping, man, the shipping just bend over and take it. Like, wow. Like, he came back to me with a quote, and it was like $800 US. Like, that's 2/3 the price of the drum. So, my contact, my guy I go through in Canada, he thought he could get one for me. Couldn't do it. Couldn't get one. Sold out their entire stock. They weren't getting any more. They couldn't get any more. And they're about $6,000 on Reverb, and they're definitely no chance in hell worth that much money. I'm sorry. No, I mean, it is a. I like the Tama. I really like that Tama drum. I think it's a very underrated snare drum. They sound amazing, but 6 hour. Okay, it's black. I know, unlimited 300, but and it's signed by Lars. You get a special head with it. All that's great. But come on, man, price gouging, putting the prices up, six grand for a powder coated black drum. I mean, look, if it came with made by Himalayan hands, one lug at a time, and came in a solid aluminium case and hand delivered by Lines, you can go, yeah, pay 6 grand for that, maybe. But then you've got, it's a rolled shell, and the quality. I have to say, even I've seen pictures of the quality of the drum, and they're so hit and miss. Like the finish, the checker plate lines are all over. That's I don't know. Lockdown here, the struggle is real. Yes, it is. It is. Yeah, I can't really do anything with it. Tyrone wants to shave my head. But yeah, this $6,000 aluminium 1 of 300 snare drum. I mean, I'm sorry, but you'd have to have some fairly, we have to some kind of income where you can go, yeah, 6 grand, I'll pay that, and not notice it so much. That's just me talking though. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I've got some expensive drums which I've bought over the years, but I have bought them at the point where I had money, and I had money, and B, I was getting a fairly good price compared to now. Like, as I tell you all the time, people contact me regarding some of my drums to buy 6 grand. I mean, oh my god, what's wrong with you? Anyway, the Nick Mason icon snare I've got, some dude offered me dumb money for it. Like, it keeps coming back to dumb money, and I can't sell. I can't sell. Excuse me. The Todd Zuckerman Empyrean. I know. I get this guy. One guy contacts me every 6 months, and now it's like, I'll give you this much coin for it. It's like, great. I can't send it to you because it's still on the CISA list for endangered species of timber and woods and whatnot. So it is stuck in Australia. You can come and get it, but you can't leave with it. Hotel California syndrome. The only people that can shell out that kind of cash are non-musos. Yes, very much so, non-musos. When you look at the Neil Peart R40 stands going for, the last one I saw go, and it was I think it was played once, brand in the box for $16,000. I mean, the drum was only worth 2.5. Okay, he's dead, which is very sad. I'm really, he's one of my icons, but that's just ridiculous, I did get offered one about 2 months ago, brand new in the box, never opened, never played, and he went, "I'll give you this much money." I'm like, "Can't do it." don't have that kind of money anyway. But even if I did, it's like you'd have to have that kind of disposable income where you can go, I'm gonna buy that drum and I'm just gonna look at it. I don't know about you, but if I've got a Ferrari in the driveway or Lamborghini in the garage, I'm gonna drive the car. That's just me. But man, just yeah, I keep seeing these prices come up, and people are offering, "Hey man, I got this Lars Ulrich there, brand new in the box, sealed and whatever. It can, like, you should put it in the channel." And be like, "Yeah, great, love to have it on the channel. It'd be fantastic. 5 grand. No, I don't want to buy the company that made it. I just want the drum. It's not hard." And it's just, I'm especially finding now in these COVID times, it just everything costs so much more money. It doesn't have to. It's not made of unobtainium or vibranium or pure platinum. Um, so yeah, the whole price of some of these drums is getting just ridiculous. So anyway, getting back to me not blabbering on about the cost of things like I would, like Jeremy Clarkson would. Um, I get expensive. I do. I really do get expensive stuff. But I look at the example of I don't know if anyone out there collects Funko Pops, those plastic vinyl bobblehead things that no one ever takes out of the boxes. We've got a few. Tara collects them. Not a lot, but anyway. But I bought, I think I got the Rush one with the early days of Rush. I paid next to nothing. I paid retail $60, and they're selling for 350. Like, it's okay. People contacted me and say, "Hey, want to sell it?" Not really, because I like it being on the shelf. It's kind of cool. And I get that people buy things that are expensive. That's completely fine. I have been after this one drum for, I'd say, most of my life. Um, and I did actually have access to grab one maybe 6 months ago, and I started talking to the guy, and it came up in a. I'm not going to give you too much details on it because I like to keep these things kind of private because I don't know how people are going to react to them. But it came up on a Facebook group. So these two drum, my friend is selling these two drums, for looking to get this much money for them. And I'm like, hey, I could, the one he's selling, I'd like to get. And the last time I saw that drum come up for, I guess I wouldn't say sale, but it was obtained by someone, was in Canada, and it was about 2016, I think. And the photos the guy sent through were of questionable quality. Like, if you've got a two, three, or $4,000 snare drum, you're not going to take photos of it on the carpet on the floor. It look like a toilet or a restroom or somewhere. I didn't care. So I need some photos. Saw the photos. I'm like, oh, this is a bit okay. You think you take glamour shots of a supermodel, but anyway. But then I got some updated photos later, and the quality of not the quality of the photo, but the drum, like the badge was intact, and now it's peeling through these two photos. So they've obviously taken quite far apart. And I've been after this drum for 25 years. Easily 25 years. So anyway, we started going back and forth, and I thought I know some people who want to buy some of my gear, so I'm going to sell that to fund this, because I can't buy and buy and buy. I have to sell stuff off and buy new stuff and kind of keep it like a revolving door. If I can make a profit, even better. But this drum, yeah, this drum was like, okay, all right, gave him a price. I'm prepared to pay this much. I'll sort the shipping out. Don't worry about it. I'll sort that out. And we FaceTime, we chatted. He asked if I had any certain particular brand of drums I could trade and have cash his way. And I'm like, well, if I had those drums, you'd be sending me a cash difference because they're very hard to find, and when you do find them, they're pretty expensive. So didn't have any of those. Would love some though, but I can't justify spending 5 grand on one. That's a Brady, by the way. So when they do come up to selling drum stores, they go real quick. So I said, no, this will be payments through PayPal. Send it to a friend of mine, and then ship it to Australia. Yep. So this went back and forth, but he was not quite getting back to me in a quick manner. And these are the things where you kind of get a sense. I've been in this situation before. I was actually in this situation with a drum key, where someone had a drum key. I made a post to someone on a Facebook group, said, I'm looking for one of these. Oh, I've got one. Make me an offer. I made him an offer. Things went quiet. He goes, oh, yeah, okay, no, I'll think about that offer. I'll let you know. And he was actually going back between other people. And I didn't know this, but people I knew closely. And I paid for the item. Item came to me, and someone said, hey, did you happen to end up buying this item, like this drum key? I'm like, yeah, because I put in a bid for it too. I'm like, oh, the whole bidding thing. If you're going to put that kind of stuff on an item, just chuck it on eBay. Don't do the whole bidding thing. It's dirty. I don't like it. Well, you can, if you want to do it, it's fine. Here's a price, sell it. So I found out this drum was being treated in the same way. It's going back between certain people. Now, if I agree to sell an item to someone for, say, $1,000, and then someone says, I'll give you $1,200. So, mate, I've already agreed to sell it to somebody else. Falls through, I'll contact you. I can't do that whole bidding thing. So this has gone on. This kind of went on for a couple of weeks. Wasn't sending me messages back or emails, nothing. Tried contacting his contact person, the mediary or whatever. Oh man, I don't know what's going on. Give him a buzz and send him a message, and I'm like, hey, is this deal going to go through? I'd love to get some more photos if you can, some better quality photos. And this went on for a good 2 months, I'd say. And then I reached out to the person in Canada and said, I'm just wondering, do you still have this drum? He said, yes. Oh. So you didn't sell it to somebody in this American state? Because no, why would I sell it? Because it's rare, like really rare. Right. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to leave it alone. And then this guy just disappeared. So he just disappeared off the face of the planet. But there are people out there who will, buy anything at any price, which is fine. If you get the money to do it, great. But then it kind of puts things in out of place, I guess you could say, out of reach for us normal drummers. I mean, if you're doing really well and you've got 15 Macca stores and you're making a couple of $1 million a year, that's very good for you. I commend you for your hard work. Most savvy, business people won't pay above a certain percentage of an item. This is because it's not going to make any return, or if it does, it's not going to be for a very long time. And being an artist, and that's another thing that kind of comes up. If I do sell something, I pretty much sell it for what I paid for it. So we can't make money. I can't go out and buy a drum kit and 2 years down the track, sell it for more than I paid for it. There's a certain kind of, I guess you could say, ethic, or there's a moral duty to not make money off your artist agreements. So I'm looking at selling. I've got the the acrylic kit here, which I'll probably, hopefully, whenever I can, get onto it, play it, review it, whatever. It's just sitting here, doing nothing, collecting dust, and it sucks, So it's going to waste. So I'm probably going to offload that soon. And I contacted a couple of people saying, look, I'm thinking about selling this for this much money, which is literally the price I paid for it. But if you were to buy it even used, you still end up paying more. So it's still going to be sold at a pretty good rate. I would like to keep it, but room here is getting a bit tight. And also, it's like, I don't see myself going to doing any live gigs soon. I had one gig booked for October, and it was a wedding, and I was like, great, I'm hanging for this. It's been booked for 8 months. I reached out to the organisers, and they said, no, it's been delayed again. I said, well, till when? It's like, we're looking, hopefully November, but it's not looking likely. So unfortunately, that one gig is done. It's gone. I think the people, it's for a wedding, they're going to get married and it's a civil ceremony and do a party sometime next year. So yeah, yeah, the whole gig thing. I'm had this discussion with actually a couple of people the last couple of weeks about gigs. You know, what's the life gonna be like the next kind of couple of years and whatnot. And I know a lot of musos who are like, I don't want to do gigs anymore. I just don't want to deal with the hassle. And it's not the hassle of setting up; it's it's actually the people. And it's not the people at the bar or the security. It's generally the people in the crowd. Um, I've had a couple of really unfortunate run-ins with punters over the years, just from walking through the crowd with a drum case. Um, some of them actually, unfortunately, turned out to be quite violent. Not me towards them, but them towards me, because just I was there, and that's how I reacted. So I think the last really bad kind of run-in I had with someone is I was walking through kind of a crowd, and it was a late gig. It finished at 3 a.m. Yeah, it's a late one, and I was carrying my bass drum case, and it was in a case on a bag, and they tap on them, oh, I'm a drummer, tapping the side of it. It's like, hey, cool, man, and and before I knew it, I felt this just whack against the back of my head, not knowing at all what happened. And I'm like, that really hurt. I've turned around. I didn't realize he punched me in the back of the head just because he could, and I was there. That's it. If it wasn't going to be me, it was going to be somebody else. So the drum kind of went to the ground, didn't get damaged. I kind of stumbled over the drum. Security came and took care of that. I ended up getting the car, and instead of staying in that kind of general area for the night, I just drove the 3 hours home. I was like, nah, I want to go home. Security did their best to prevent that kind of stuff from happening, but I don't know if I want to go there again, kind of do that kind of stuff. Weddings are fun. The reason I like the weddings is it's very minimal work, great money, and it's generally it's a great hang. You get paid to hang out with great people, so and the playing is a bonus. No one's getting on stage. No one's trying to get onto your drum kit and whatever. So I kind of been playing in my head the last couple of months. I don't know if I get asked to do the corporate stuff again, that's fine. But I don't know if I'll go back to doing kind of the pub scene. Oh man, it's venues aren't there anymore. But yeah, someone tried to steal my car with me in it while I was at Crown one night. I had the car loaded up, and I was actually sitting in the passenger seat getting some stuff out of the glove box, and this guy got in the car and he basically tried to steal it whilst in the car. It's just because he saw me loading out the stuff on the trolley into the car. He goes, "Oh, why take the kit? I can take the whole thing." That was an interesting night. I didn't get home until I think by the time I got to the police station to the report, they came and got fingerprints and had to press charges and all that stuff. I didn't get home until 9 a.m. So I had been up for 28 hours straight. I was cooked. So yeah, I don't know if I'll go back to doing live gigs again. I'd rather just do, tours, corporate, wedding stuff, and just the YouTube and whatever. So see how we go with that. I don't know. Lockdown's crazy, man. Like, can't leave. It's actually kind of depressing in a way. I can't even go to the post box and mail. I can't even go and get my stuff from my post office box. Just can't leave the house. Cannot leave it at all. If I do, I get in a lot of trouble, big fines. So I don't know how you all out there are doing. Write something in the chat because I might finish up soon. Just a quick little hang to see who is awake or not. And I think it's about 7:30, 8:30 or 9 o'clock somewhere. Most states in America, it's pretty much my target audience. Even though someone from Uzbekistan, Ghana, sent me an email the other day saying they really liked the content, which was cool, which was great. I had someone Oh man, like this cough every year that fail. Um, had someone recognize me in the supermarket. Actually, waiting at the post office the other day. Last week. It's always a bit weird when you get recognized. I'm not that. I'm not famous at all. No, you know, Todd Zuckerman much more famous than I am, no. So anyway, so yeah, kind of recognized me from the channel and said, "Hey, you blah blah blah." I'm like, yeah, I am. Why? And started the conversation about like, oh, I watched this video and I'm tossing up between this item and that item and whatever. And we had a quick chat about it. And then he asked me my stance on if I was an anti-vaxxer or was pro-vax. So I was just like, oh man, I'm not getting involved in this. It's always everything on my channel is very neutral. I don't talk religion or politics. So that was very, I'm not really, not really on. I'm on the fence. I don't know. So I just kind of did that, and he tried to get me to sign up to some group on Facebook about the corrupt media and politicians, and yeah, no, you do that thing, man. I'm not into that kind of stuff. So each their own. I don't push my beliefs or agendas on other people. Although I did get a letter from Jehovah's Witnesses the other week. They just start sending out. They don't because they can't knock on your door. They're actually sending you letters to not to the resident, just the address and a stamp and handwritten letter. It's lovely. No, no, don't need that. Don't need any of that stuff. I'm good, thanks. I've got YouTube, I've got Netflix and Stan and Disney and Jesus, well, Prime now because it's got Top Gear and I like Top Gear. But yeah, so anyway, I just thought I'd jump on quickly and have a chat to some of you, see if you're awake and whatnot. I'm about to go to bed. I'm tired, or I may play some GTA 5 or The Last of Us 2. I'm stuck on this bloody character. I call it the boob monster because basically it's a whole bunch of people stuck together and looks boobish like. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me in this lovely stream. I'm going to end it up here, and I am going to go to bed, I think. I'm pretty tired. All right, everybody, stay safe.